Okay, so today we're going deep on a couple of college football matchups that might seem a little out of the ordinary at first glance.
Yeah, they're definitely not your typical big-time rivalry games or anything like that.
Right. We're talking about two games between the UMass Minutemen and the Georgia Bulldogs. You sent me some articles on these games, and I got to say, I was intrigued right away.
Yeah, I can see why it's not every day you see a team like UMass, kind of a program that's still finding its footing,
Yeah,
going up against a college football powerhouse like Georgia.
exactly. Like, talk about a David versus Goliath situation.
Absolutely. And to make it even more interesting, both of these games were played in Athens, Georgia at Sanford Stadium.
Ah, Georgia's home turf.
Yeah, so, right off the bat, UMass is facing an uphill battle just based on the venue.
So let's lay the groundwork here a bit. For those who might not be totally familiar with these two programs, can you give us a quick rundown of where they stood at the time of these games?
Sure. So we're looking at UMass, a team that's relatively new to the football bowl subdivision, which is, the top tier of college football.
Yeah, the big leagues.
Exactly. And they're still trying to establish themselves, build a reputation. And then on the other side, you have Georgia, a program with deep roots, consistently ranked among the nation's best.
Okay, so a pretty significant difference in pedigree, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah, for sure. During both of these games, we're talking about Georgia being ranked in the top 10 nationally.
Yeah, a real powerhouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting. Both games ended with the exact same score, Georgia 66, UMass 27.
Okay, wait. So two completely separate games, years apart, same score.
Same score, which, on the surface, you might think, oh, well, that's all you need to know, right?
Yeah, total blowouts, nothing more to see here.
But trust me, there's a lot more to unpack here than just the final scores.
I'm all ears. Okay, so let's rewind to the first matchup. This was in 2018, right?
2018. Yep, Georgia was ranked 5th in the nation at the time, and they just absolutely dominated, racking up a mind-boggling 701 total yards on offense.
Wow, 701. That's got to be up there in their record books, right?
It is. It was the second highest total in Georgia's history.
Wow. Now, this game also featured a pretty memorable performance from a young Justin Fields, right?
Oh, absolutely. Fields was just a freshman quarterback at the time, but he really showed flashes of his potential in this game, rushing for over 100 yards.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive for a Georgia quarterback, isn't it? I mean, they're not exactly known for their running quarterback.
No, you're right. It's a pretty rare feat for them. It was only the third time a Georgia quarterback had hit that 100-yard rushing mark in a single game since 1976.
Wow, talk about a glimpse into the future. I mean, Fields obviously went on to have a phenomenal career.
Yeah, so even in these kind of lopsided games, there are these little nuggets, these moments that hint at future greatness.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now let's fast forward to 2024.
All right, 2024. And the landscape has shifted a bit for both teams.
Right. UMass is coming in with a 2-8 record. Not exactly a stellar season.
And to add to their woes, their head coach had been fired just before this game.
Oof. Yeah, not ideal.
Meanwhile, Georgia's still a dominant force, sitting at number 8 in the national rankings.
So again, we're looking at a pretty clear mismatch, at least on paper.
For sure. But, it's interesting to think about what these games represent for each team.
Okay, yeah, let's break that down. What's at stake here for a team like UMass when they step onto the field against a giant like Georgia?
Well, for UMass, it's kind of like, what can you gain from this experience? The odds are stacked against you.
Right.
But maybe it's about more than just the win or loss column.
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So for UMass, it's maybe about testing themselves against the best, building some resilience.
Exactly. Or maybe it's a chance for some of their players to showcase their skills in front of a national audience. You never know. A scout might see a diamond in the rough out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it could even be a recruiting tool for UMass down the road.
Yeah.
Come play for us. You'll get to go up against the top programs in the country.
Right. And for Georgia, obviously they're expected to win these games.
Yeah.
But it's still a valuable opportunity for them to maybe fine-tune their strategies.
Okay. Yeah. Work out some kinks.
Exactly. Give some playing time to younger players, those who might not get as many snaps in a closer game.
Right. So it's kind of like a high-stakes scrimmage in a way.
Yeah. And there's also the financial aspect to consider, too.
Oh, right. The money.
For a smaller program like UMass, getting paid to play these guaranteed win games against the big schools can be a significant source of revenue for their athletic department.
Makes sense. But I got to ask, from a fan's perspective, doesn't this kind of create a situation where these games become predictable?
Yeah, I can see that point of view, and it definitely raises some questions about competitive balance in college football.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
Is it really beneficial for Georgia in the long run to keep playing these kinds of games? Or is it just padding their stats?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it's something that people are debating more and more these days.
It's interesting to think about, okay, so we've got these two seemingly mismatched teams, two identical scores, but when you peel back the layers, there's actually a whole lot more going on here.
Yeah, for sure. We've got these underlying storylines about player development, financial realities, the whole idea of competitive balance in college football.
And it really makes you think about the bigger picture, right? Like, what's the role of these kinds of matchups in the evolving landscape of college football?
Right. Are they just a necessary evil, or are they something that needs to be re-examined, maybe even restructured?
It's a fascinating question, and one that I think deserves a lot more attention.
Absolutely.
Well, on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive. But I think we've given everyone plenty to think about.
I hope so.
Thanks for joining me. Until next time.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.